It was supposed to be a normal, quiet weekend. My parents had left town, and for the first time in months, I had the entire house to myself. At first, it felt relaxing, no noise, no interruptions, just silence. But as the night went on, that silence started to feel different. It wasn't peaceful anymore, it felt heavy, like the house was holding its breath. I kept telling myself it was just my imagination, but something didn't feel right. Around midnight, I heard the first sound. It was faint, almost easy to ignore, like something shifting upstairs. I paused my video and listened carefully, trying to figure out where it came from. Maybe the wood settling, I thought. Old houses do that, right? But then it happened again, clearer this time. A slow, deliberate step. Not random. Not natural. It sounded like someone walking. My body went completely still. I didn't even realize I had stopped breathing until my chest started to hurt. Every instinct told me not to move, not to make a sound. I stared at the staircase, waiting, hoping I'd hear something that made sense. But instead, the silence came back. Worse than before. Because now it felt like whatever made that noise was aware of me too. That's when I grabbed my phone. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped it while dialing. I didn't want to panic, but I also didn't want to take any chances. I pressed call and held the phone tightly against my ear, listening as it rang. Each second felt longer than the last. Then finally, someone picked up. But the moment I heard the voice, something felt completely off. 911, what's your emergency? The voice said. Calm. Clear. Too clear. It didn't sound like it was coming through my phone speaker. It sounded close. Like it was in the same room as me. I frowned, pulling the phone slightly away, confused. And then I heard it again. Not from the phone this time, but from above me. From upstairs. The exact same voice, repeating the same words. My entire body went cold. I slowly looked up toward the ceiling, my heart pounding so hard it felt like it might stop. The call was still active. I could still hear breathing on the line. But now, I could hear it in the house too. Then came the sound I was dreading the most. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Moving across the floor above me, heading straight for the stairs. I didn't think, I just moved. I backed away as quietly as I could, my eyes locked on the staircase. Each step I took felt louder than it should have been. Then I heard the first creak of the stairs. Someone was coming down. That's when fear completely took over. I turned and ran for the front door, my vision blurry, my hands barely able to grip the handle as I tried to escape. I didn't stop running until I reached my neighbor's house. When the police arrived and searched my home, they found nothing. No broken windows. No forced entry. No one inside. It didn't make any sense. But what scared me the most came after. When they asked why I called 911, even though no call was ever received. I checked my phone myself. No history. No record. Just one new voicemail, from an unknown number. I just stood there, staring at my phone, trying to process what I had just heard. My hands were still shaking, but now it wasn't just fear, it was confusion. How could there be no call record? I clearly remembered dialing. I heard the ringing. I heard the voice. My mind kept replaying that moment over and over again, like it was trying to find some logical explanation. But nothing made sense anymore. The police didn't stay long after that. They told me it was probably stress or panic, maybe even a prank call that somehow glitched. But I could tell, even they didn't fully believe what they were saying. Before leaving, one of the officers looked back at the house, just for a second longer than normal. Like he felt something too. That look stayed with me long after they drove away. I didn't go back inside that night. I couldn't. Every part of me refused to step back into that house. I stayed at my neighbor's place, sitting on their couch, staring at nothing. But even there, I didn't feel safe. Because the fear wasn't about the house anymore. It was about what I heard. That voice. It wasn't just real, it knew me. Around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed again. I almost dropped it when I saw the screen light up. Unknown number. No caller ID. For a moment, I thought about ignoring it, pretending none of this was happening. But something inside me made me open it. It wasn't a call this time. It was a message. Just one line. "Why did you leave?" My stomach dropped instantly. I felt cold all over again, like the air around me had suddenly changed. I looked around the room, half expecting to see someone standing there, watching, waiting. But there was nothing. Just silence. The same silence I felt earlier that night. Except now, it followed me. The next morning, I went back to the house with my parents. I didn't want to, but I needed answers. Everything looked normal at first. Nothing out of place. No signs that anyone had been there. But as I walked inside, I felt it again. That same heavy feeling. Like I wasn't alone. Like something was still there, just out of sight. Then I noticed something strange. The door to the attic was slightly open. Just a few inches. I was sure it had been closed before. My heart started racing again as I slowly walked toward it. Every step felt heavier than the last. I didn't want to open it, but I also couldn't ignore it. I pushed the attic door open and looked inside. At first, nothing. Just darkness. Dust. Old boxes. But then I saw it. In the corner. A shape. Something that didn't belong. I stepped closer, and that's when I realized what it was. A chair. Placed facing the attic entrance. Like someone had been sitting there, watching the door. On the chair, there was something else. My phone charger. The same one I had left downstairs the night before. My chest tightened as the realization hit me. Someone had been inside the house. Not just passing through, but staying. Watching. Listening. Waiting. And somehow, they knew exactly where I was at all times. I never went back to that house again. We moved out a few weeks later. But even now, I still keep my phone on silent at night. Because sometimes, I still get messages. From unknown numbers. No calls. No history. Just messages. Always the same. Don't hang up. A few days later, I tried to ignore everything and move on. I told myself it was over, that whatever happened that night was just some kind of unexplainable incident. But deep down, I knew that wasn't true. Because every now and then, I would feel it again. That same presence. Not around me, but close. Like something was always just a step behind me, just out of sight. Watching. Waiting for me to notice. Last night, I made the mistake of checking my phone before going to sleep. There was a new notification. No number. No name. Just a voice message. My heart started pounding as I played it, hoping it was nothing. But the moment the audio started, I froze. It was the same voice. Calm. Clear. Right next to the microphone. And it whispered, "I'm still inside. If you were me, would you ever feel safe again?"